Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If I have to say it one more time, spoiler alert. Greetings and salutations. This is your girl, Outspoken Diva, and let's have a talk about it, shall we? What are we talking about on today? We are talking about the Lesbian Homie, season 4. Yeah. I know I covered seasons 1, 2, and 3, 1 through 3, all together because we thought, that that Big Jai, that's who makes Lesbian Homie, um was gonna get a big no, he was trying to get a big deal, and he was taking it off of YouTube. But he came back and he brought us season 4. So yeah. Those of you who are not aware of what Lesbian Homie is, it's about a guy named Bruce who ends up in some shenanigans with a couple of lesbians who want to explore their sexuality. I think that's a word I can say on YouTube. So they want to, find their birds and bees self. So yeah. And when we left off in season 3, the end of season 3, Bruce and E, or Essence, and Teresa, or Reese, aka Reese. Oh my gosh, really, camera, really, thank you. Um, they had all parted ways. E and Reese were now friends, and perhaps more than friends a little bit, unbeknownst to their other lesbian friends. And Bruce was in a relationship with a young lady who was cisgender heterosexual, named Natasha. So that's where we left off, and that is where we pick up in season 1. So yeah. So when I'm reviewing a show, we talk about the good, the bad, and the diva of the show, and that is what we're going to do. Head nod to Andre of Black Nerd Comedies. So yeah, let's do that for good, bad, and diva for the Lesbian Homie season 4. All right, what is the good? Hold on, let's focus because I just put my readers on. So yeah, what is the good? At some point, the audience knows. I think Bruce is slowly realizing where he is. There is Bruce. Okay. I told y'all spoiler alert, so I'm gonna give y'all some spoilers. But Natasha ends up having to take a job away from LA. I think she's in Atlanta, I think. And Bruce is only as faithful as she is there, and it takes him to the bed of someone from his past, from his high school past, named Zara. And yeah, it's not, Natasha does nothing wrong other than they play phone tag and that kind of thing, but nothing. It's all Bruce. Bruce is the one who, being Bruce, he strays. Okay. Also, he has a brief, very brief dalliance with Reese, and then that's how he gets caught by Natasha. So yeah. And Bruce is out looking crazy and wandering until we get to the end, and we find out about Zara. And Zara, when the final episode is 3 months after everything else, and Zara ghosts him. Yeah, she ghosts him, and we find out that she's with child, and she possibly is like E and Essence and their friends, and she looks to be a masculine presenting lesbian, or as they like to call them, studs. People say they call themselves studs. Since I'm cis heterosexual, masculine presenting lesbian. So yeah, and that's where it goes off, with him, this development. And yeah, had Bruce did all this work in therapy, and yet you still get caught out here. So yeah. Okay, let's next point. Recent Essence and E become friends. They have to go through this hiccup of, yes, they were, being more than friends, and they were flowering each other, and um, so yeah, we have to, they were birding and birding, and shenanigans, they get caught, so then they have to confess, and it affects Reese's relationship with her sister, because if you know, in season one, E and Reese's sister Tracy were actually, lovers. So, we work our way around to, and in the end, Reese and E end up friends. Hold on, y'all. These glasses are, yeah, like I have no sure. Here we go. Stop sweating. Then there we go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, they become friends in the end. And once they become friends, I also picked up on my next point. Essence grows up. That was one of the things that bothered me the most about Essence. Everybody was always Essence versus Reese, and I always picked Reese because Reese seemed to be more mature, and more sure of herself, as opposed to E. E was always trying to get back at things. She was keeping holding over this grudge with Reese from high school. All this other stuff, and even the stuff that was the problems between Bruce and E was because of E. All of this. She was never sure herself. I think E eventually has done the work, and she's grown up a lot. So okay. Okay, so friendship code comes up. Okay. Zara, who Bruce was messing with, has a twin sister named Zola. Okay. She's more in the picture, right? Okay, we see Zara. No, everybody knew that she was coming to town, but they didn't realize it. But they think that, when they go over to Bruce's house, Zara's there. They think it's Zola. And they are ready. One guy is ready to beat Bruce up. Little dude compared to Bruce. But he was, like, no, you're not going to do the homie like this. I'll beat you up. And then I'll go tell him that you're doing these things to, with, to the homie, with the homie's wife. And then that's when they, like, hey, this is Zara. I like that. The friendship code is solid with them. You're not going to mess with the homie's lady. Okay, I like that. We'll handle you, and then we'll tell the friend. I like that with friendship code. The friendship code is tight. Okay, our resident couples. Congratulations to Jason and Nichelle. Jason and Nichelle had to go through it this year. This season. Nichelle, unfortunately, lost the baby, and she tries to break things off with Jason, but Jason keeps fighting for their love, even though he does not know why he's fighting for their love, because he didn't know until she reveals it, and he does not stray, and eventually they get engaged. I thought they were married. I was very shocked. I'm like, they not, I was like, all this time y'all haven't been married, but okay, they're together now. They're back together, and they are engaged, and we are happy to see that. Rob and Nadia are still together. They went through something. Rob had a house guest of the that was a female human. That was a lady from his past, and Nadia was like monkey see, monkey do, and she tried to fix something, but she made it worse. And Rob took the blame, and then it caused them to have a little rift. and Nadia was wrong, but everything came together, even the blame part. You know, I'm sorry. They worked itself out, and they worked on each other. They worked together on being together, and hey, I want you to love me, not because you think you're being jealous and stuff. So it worked out for them. So da 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 da, and yeah yeah yeah. Oh, we discuss finding their true lesbian identities. Um, One of the characters, she goes through, um, do I really want to be masculine presenting, or do I just want to sometimes wear girl clothes, sometimes I wear baggy stuff, masculine clothes, those type of things. And we are introduced to a character who tells her, "Hey, be how you want to be, not who your friends want to be, how you think it's supposed to be. Be how you feel." So we go through that, and we get the return of my favorite lesbian, Renee. Renee is always my favorite. She's always true to herself. She always ends up in these shenanigans with the others. She's played by Kristen Hertz. She cracks me up all the time. We get a brief scene, no, brief, not brief, but we get a cameo with her. Oh my gosh, she was cracking me up. The whole bodysuit, wearing, which she's gonna put on a fanny pack with it. Yeah, no, it was hilarious. So those are my goods. Let's talk about our bads. Let's talk about Miss Zara. I'm sorry. I didn't understand Zara. I mean, we just gonna pick up from high school, and then then we just go, and then we have, you call shenanigans just leaving. No, how old are we? How old are we gonna act? Grow up. She's going to go with that, like I did with E. Grow up, okay? Grow up. And yeah, she's now with child, and I have some guesstimations on how that came about, if it is Bruce's child. Yeah, so we're gonna bring into the next part of this, the whole group. We talk. I mean, yeah. Well, we'll say the guys, the whole guy group. They need to grow up also. Why are we still in high school? Why are we still talking about high school stuff? Why are we still dealing with people? Why are people from how? I guess my whole problem with this show, well, one of my problems with this show is, how old is everybody? Like, are y'all supposed to be like 35 or 40? Why are we still bringing up old stuff? I do me. Some of y'all need to heal. I'm gonna have to do y'all like I do Marvel Cinematic Universe characters. Y'all need some counseling. Okay, y'all really, really do, because old stuff keep coming up. Oh yeah, that used to be his girlfriend. It was high school. It was high school, and that was the problem with that. Zara is Bruce's ex from high school, and we just gonna pick up like, oh, it's we did this in high school, and then also they need to grow up. They need to stop being messy. This whole, yes, Bruce had a thing with E and Reese. Okay, these two masculine presenting lesbians. Okay, everybody that were new to the show, that was from Bruce's past, except Zara, had to bring that up. Like, really, everybody been talking like that. We got to bring this up. What's good with you? Hey, but I also had heard, and I also have a feeling, if my guesstimation for Zara, if she's pregnant by Bruce and she is a lesbian, did she use Bruce? And was it because did she know that she could use Bruce because her sister and others keep bringing up and talking about and gossiping about what happened between Bruce, E, and Reese? Too much chatter. too much. And it's like I said, Bruce's reputation at this point. Come on now, when we gonna let up from that? Okay, you know. And I mean, no time. If what I'm saying is gonna be the storyline, no time soon. But we gotta let that go. Okay. Uh, what was Tay? We got like little bits of Tay. Tay to me for Bruce is the voice of reason. We already have Jason running around behind trying to find out what's going on with Nichelle. And I understand Tay is all in a relationship and in love with Amber. But when Tay showed up, I mean he was still the voice of reason, but we kinda need Tay. You know, as goofy as it is, Tay has the best sense of the group. Okay, so yeah. And when he had to play catch up, when we found out that, you know, Bruce messed up a relationship with a woman that was cis heterosexual, oh, again, but Bruce, it's you, not them, you. Like I said, wherever you are, where you are, there you are. There you are, Bruce. Okay. Then let's talk about some things. It's good to know these things are going on, but okay, moment past the joke, you know, at some point you got to see the toxic in this. Okay, pretty women like pretty women. We'll say that. They don't say it. They use the B word, but y'all know I don't curse on the internet. Pretty women like pretty women, okay? That was okay when, you know, it was never okay, but when it was just E, okay, E, we know E is kind of foul anyway, right? But now that we find out Chris and Sam, and now they are telling the other friends like Renee and some of the others, I can't remember, that they are now incorporating, this is their way to score with women, to hook up with women. That's nasty. That's creepy. You know, you rather put on a dress, but baby girl don't even know if you're even gay, or that you are actually walking around in your little purse or in your in your bag in the car. No, you hooking up with her. You know, going out at at the club. You know, all that kind of stuff. But in your car, you got a strap. You know, oh, I've never done this before, and you putting it down, so you can. That's ew. That's toxic. That's nasty. That's gross. Ew. I mean, it's good to know that. I mean, it's when I say good, it's good to know that that's going on. You know that's a real story. You know that's somebody's real story. But, whew, okay. And then the fact that this was like an ongoing storyline this season was a little. I hope we kind of pull off of that. People again grow up. You know that kind of thing. But then on the flip side, cis heterosexual men and the but she's still a girl situation. More than one character. I'm counting 3 to 4 male characters, cis heterosexual male characters. Were like, oh, you fine, man. I've been trying to. You let Bruce hit, or man, Bruce, you was supposed to give me the layup and all that kind of. How come you didn't tell the E and Reese about me? You supposed to pass up. No, Bruce ended up in a situation. He did not go after them because of that, and I get it. You can be attracted to the women, but to actually go after them, approach them, that is your main objective because they are, and I want to hit. That's disgusting. I remember when Kodak Black, the rapper, I know y'all like, what? Outspoken Dave, yeah, I do know this. This is back when I was still on Twitter. Was kept trying to get young MA's, young Ma's attention. I think I was named young MA, and she smooth cussed him out and told him he was weird and I discussed, and it is. Okay, she does not want you. Say the lady is nice looking, go on. Okay? And with that, I'm gonna tell y'all who I was the most annoyed by. I guess because I don't like this guy on social media, Drizzy Dre. He has all kinds of content, and I have seen many masculine presenting lesbians who complain about him because he has total content. Yeah, I get it. You think they are pretty, you think they are beautiful, but the constant, oh, I'll take you down and all that kind of stuff is disgusting. It's disrespectful, you know? You know? Get the hint, get the clue. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, she's beautiful, she's pretty, she's sexy, she's fine, We get it. But to just keep pursuing her and being like that, okay? I mean, it was more than just him, but yeah, so yeah. But that was the ends of my bads. Let's talk about the diva. I do have one diva. Bruce's brother is played by Anthony Darrell. I have been following him. I watch more than just just Lesbian Homie and the Big Job World. I watch a lot of his stuff, and he has a friend that's on a lot of his stuff named Anthony Darrell. That man is very good looking. Sir, you're a nice looking man. Yeah, you make the diva likes list, so yeah, it was very good. He plays Bruce's brother on the show. He has a thing with E. He, again, somebody who needs counseling, who needs a little therapy. Him and E grew, were in the same grade. And yeah, he calls E Ernest. They have his feelings for E from the past is not the most positive. He gets very upset. And him and Bruce even have to have a come to Jesus meeting about, man, I was hurt because you let this and this happen. That kind of thing. And then him and Eve become face to face, and then he becomes that guy that I was talking about. One of those guys that you fine, you say yes, you are blessed, but dude, you know that she is masculine presenting lesbian, right? Why? No, we can go out. I hate that he becomes that, but he still is a good looking guy. So shout out to you, dude. Okay, other than that, that is the end of my review for Lesbian Homie, Season 4, The Good, The Bad, and The Diva of It All. Are you watching it? Have you watched it? Let me know down in the comments down below on the social media that you see this on, media site that you see this on, except Facebook. Facebook, you leave yours down below. Or you can always send me an email at the email address in the comment section. I mean, not the comment section, or in the description box. Okay. Other than that, yeah, y'all, yeah, let's be good to each other, and as always, talking to you in adult terms.